In the middle of Kenya, a helicopter suddenly crashes to the ground, causing all the locals to run away in panic. A group of American soldiers guides the locals out of town as they take positions to find the attacker, only for two soldiers to suddenly disappear in a puff of smoke. The group immediately opens fire at an invisible enemy, but when the leader turns around, he sees something explode. The blast sends him flying and knocks him out. Sometime later, he wakes up in a prison cell with no memory of where he is, how he got there, or even his name. There's a serious cut on his arm. The police station is in ruins, and the power is failing. Desperate for answers, he looks around and discovers a loose brick on the wall. He removes it to look outside, only to witness a helicopter crashing to the ground and the area in complete chaos. He starts yelling for help, but this causes the prisoner in the next cell to scold him, because making noise will get them killed. Her name is Nadia, a French doctor who had been working in a foreign aid hospital for a little over 2 years. As a loud stomping noise outside causes the building to shake and power outlets to spark, Nadia explains that the entire planet has been invaded by machine-like aliens. Terrified, the guy starts yelling for help through the hole again, ignoring Nadia's warnings. Unfortunately, she's right, and soon a group of men enters the police station looking for trouble. After killing the hostage they brought, they remember that there's a special reward for catching Americans, but Nadia can't understand what they're saying. The American reveals he can speak their language and tries to negotiate, but they only laugh as they let him out. The soldier immediately starts fighting the group's leader, exchanging a few hits before they both end up falling through the window. Meanwhile, the other two thugs enter Nadia's cell, but she quickly defends herself with a glass shard and takes one thug's gun to shoot him. The other guy puts up a tougher fight and pushes her against the wall, but Nadia finds another loose brick and hits him. Then she takes his weapon and shoots him too. At the same time outside, the American soldier steals a weapon and shoots the leader. Another thug comes after him with a taser, but to the American's surprise, he is able to grab it and send the electric shock back to the guy, electrocuting him. Before he can accept the idea of having powers, he turns around and notices the alien robots coming after him. These robots cause the stomping noise, and their huge size is terrifying. As people run away in panic, the American soldier rushes to hide inside a wrecked car. The robot scans him from afar, but leaves without taking any action. Afterward, the American soldier goes back inside for Nadia. She sees the word Bo on his sleeve and decides to call him that. After they pick up a few weapons from the thugs, Bo wraps up his arm wound and they leave the station, seeing more bodies on their way out. Bo wants to reach the US Army base, but Nadia thinks it's pointless. Everyone is probably already dead, and they won't be able to call anyone for help because 8 days ago, every satellite fell out of the sky. It's too dangerous to be alone on the road, but Bo doesn't want to stay and do nothing. He wants to fight. In the end, Nadia accepts to go with him. They gather all the water and food they can find, doing their best to ignore the bodies lying around, and they take off in a stolen car. Bo sometimes has memory flashes of a fight in his mind, but he can't make sense of them. While they drive down the road, Nadia explains she can fight because she used to be a doctor for the army, so she received some training too. Suddenly, a few bullets go through the car window, forcing them to stop. They discover they're surrounded by Kenyan soldiers. Nadia tries to negotiate by saying she's a doctor asking for passage, and that Bo is her escort. She also offers them their water. While they argue, one of the soldiers sees Bo's circle tattoo and freaks out, claiming that the duo comes from the dish. Bo takes advantage of the distraction to capture the soldier and take his weapon, using it to shoot a few soldiers before demanding to know about his tattoo. A soldier explains that there's a heavily guarded American radar station near the west border that uses the same symbol. He also says that they attacked the duo because it's believed that the American dishes caused the drones to invade Earth, since they're the only thing still standing. Then another soldier tries to attack Bo again, but he quickly defends himself yet doesn't shoot because another memory flash distracts him. Afterward, Bo and Nadia take the soldier's jeep and go back to the road to find the radar station. Bo takes off his bandage and notices his wound is shaped like an arrow that points at the dish, so going to the station seems to be the right idea. Moments later, they find a danger sign in front of a town, but there's no other road for them to take. As they drive through the town, they find the road covered with loose electric cables, which could be very dangerous. However, they can't go back because at that moment, a robot appears behind them. They have no choice but to drive through the cables as the robot chases after them and opens fire, causing the jeep to eventually stop working. The duo abandons the car and escapes on foot to hide behind some old debris, but this causes the robot to target a man and his daughter instead. The robot immediately kills the man in front of his daughter, prompting Nadia to shoot her gun to save the girl. However, when the robot turns toward them, for some reason it doesn't attack. Nevertheless, it ends up killing the girl and departs. When night falls, the duo makes camp, and Nadia reveals that her family died during the alien attack. Suddenly, a group of fighter jets flies by, and Bo Bo is relieved to see that people are still fighting. The next morning, they have to continue on foot, walking for many miles. Along the way, they encounter both magnificent animals and scenes of destruction and bodies. Eventually, they hear a noise that resembles a voice speaking English. Intrigued, they follow it and discover a recording set by a group of locals as a trap. The duo is soon surrounded and captured, then taken to a ruined building where they are chained to a wrecked car. At that moment, two people on bikes pass near them, followed by a robot. Bo realizes that the locals are using them as bait to hunt the robots. When the robots approach, the hunters activate a mine that explodes beneath one of the robots, but it doesn't seem to sustain any damage. In a last-ditch effort, the hunters throw a chain around the robot and finally bring it down by hitting it with an electrical surge. Unfortunately, more robots arrive and swiftly open fire, killing most of the hunters within seconds. Amidst the ongoing battle, Bo finds a painful way to free himself from the chains, and the duo hastily hides as the bikers drive away, causing the robots to pursue them. Once the enemy is sufficiently far away, Bo and Nadia return to the road. While crossing a bridge, Bo spots a light and almost opens fire, only to discover it's a photojournalist with his camera. The photojournalist, named Stander, has captured numerous photographs documenting the aliens' arrival, including the abduction of people and his own injuries. Stander believes he won't survive and offers a deal. He'll give them the camera if they end his suffering. Bo, haunted by memories of someone's death, refuses to kill an innocent. In frustration, Stander begins to attract the attention of the robots by yelling and throwing objects. Left with no other choice, Nadia proceeds to choke Stander to death. Afterward, the duo resumes their journey, using the photographs as clues to find the most direct route to the radar station. They walk for miles, with Bo occasionally experiencing flashes of memories but not comprehending their significance. When they arrive at another abandoned town, the camera's battery dies, prompting them to steal another car to continue. A few hours later, while on the road, they hear strange noises on the car radio and stop to investigate, finding a destroyed robot nearby. This discovery gives them hope that the robots can be defeated, but Bo wonders about their weakness. Suddenly, they hear stomping sounds and see smoke, leading them to quickly return to the car to escape. Hundreds of robots appear and give chase, forcing the duo to abandon the car and seek refuge in a house. They hide in the basement, holding on to each other in fear. However, before they can share a kiss, the roof unexpectedly lifts, and an alien spaceship begins to pull them upward. Within seconds, Bo is dropped to the ground, while Nadia is taken away. Flashes of memories rush through Bo's mind before he loses consciousness. When he awakens, Bo discovers that his leg is injured. After clearing the debris from the wound, he has no choice but to continue his journey alone, walking slowly and weakly due to his injured leg. Eventually, he reaches the radar station, devastated to find that everything, including the dish, has been destroyed by the aliens. Noticing fresh graffiti on the wall, Bo decides to find the people responsible and comes across another town. As he navigates the streets, he witnesses a group of people fleeing from the robots, armed with a special device that can defeat the enemy. Two different model robots briefly scan Bo, but leave without taking any action. These events trigger memories in Bo's mind, and he recalls shooting a rocket at a robot. In the process, his teammate was seriously injured, forcing Bo to end his suffering. Overwhelmed by these sudden memories, Bo loses consciousness once again. When he wakes up, he discovers that the locals have rescued him and brought him to a shelter. After a doctor takes care of his leg injury, Bo meets his saviors Kara and Juma and shares his story with them. Juma explains that Nadia won't be coming back because the alien ships never return the people they take. Kara wonders why the aliens took Nadia, but not Bo. Desperate for answers, they take Bo to meet an engineer named Roderick, who has constructed EMP devices capable of bringing down the robots. Roderick is currently working on a larger device with the plan to detonate it directly under the alien spaceship, hoping to bring down their systems and eliminate all the robots simultaneously. However, they have been unable to get close enough to the ship, as it only appears when a large crowd is present, surrounded by robots. Suddenly, Roderick receives a message from the guards outside, informing them that hundreds of robots are approaching their town. Juma wonders if they were tracked, and when Roderick shows his drawings of the aliens, it triggers an important memory in Bo. He remembers the day when he and his team witnessed an explosion and a robot grabbed him, inserting cables into his mouth to implant a tracker in his spine. Before losing consciousness, Bo marked an arrow on his arm. Since then, the robots have been following him to find more humans in hideouts. Kara immediately threatens to kill Bo to protect her people, but Bo proposes a better idea. He suggests they use him as bait to attract the ship, giving them an opportunity to use Roderick's device. The group quickly devises a plan to locate the ship's usual kidnapping spots. As they prepare, Bo thinks he sees Nadia again, but it turns out to be a woman who resembles her. Once armed and ready, they take the device through a tunnel to reach downtown safely. Unfortunately, they accidentally trigger a hidden bomb that kills some of their team members. At that moment, they see the spaceship flying in the opposite direction, so they retreat into the tunnel to follow it. However, a large robot starts firing at them, resulting in the deaths of 2 more team members. Its size prevents it from pursuing them further. After walking for a while, they encounter smaller robots that open fire, injuring Kara in the process. The team manages to shoot down the robots before they can kill anyone, but they hear more approaching. Kara instructs them to leave while she stays behind with grenades to buy them time. The group escapes with the device, and Kara sacrifices herself by detonating the grenades to stop the pursuing robots. Meanwhile, in the shelter, Juma and a doctor are assisting with the evacuation, but the smaller drones have reached their location as well. The doctor is killed, but Juma manages to run fast enough to return to his people. As they hasten the evacuation, they discover that the robots are infiltrating through the vents. They prepare to fight back instead. When the robot emerges, the locals surround and mercilessly attack it. Back with the team, they come across a gathering of robots capturing people for the incoming spaceship. Bo throws one of Roderick's EMP grenades at a robot, destroying it and allowing people to start fleeing. However, the robots attempt to pursue them and resume firing, damaging the battery of Roderick's EMP device. While Roderick tries unsuccessfully to fix it, Bo remembers the photograph and throws a rock to distract the robots. Unfortunately, they only briefly glance at him before attacking the people again. Then, Bo recalls that the tracker in his spine reacts to the robot's electrical power. He gets an idea and touches the fallen robot with one hand while connecting the other hand to the device, transferring the power. This action causes him immense pain, but successfully powers up the device. An EMP explosion occurs instantly, incapacitating all the robots within seconds, including those in the shelter. As the power goes out in the entire area, the spaceship begins to fall and ultimately crashes on Earth, resulting in a massive explosion. As the people around them realize that the war against the aliens is finally over, Roderick checks on Bo, who is gradually recovering the rest of his memories. However, Bo decides to keep his name as Bo. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.